Cal, on offense and defense, just in that eighth inning, what were you looking for on that home run, and just what was kind of going through your mind in that double play to Naylor earlier in the game?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we dodged a lot of bullets today. Getting that double play and then the weird one there at home when Ernie hit it. So, that's what you got to do, though. You got to find a way to get through those tough innings, and we were able to, make some plays there, which was huge.
Middle of the third row.
Cal, what was your vantage point there for Gino's grand slam, and what were your immediate thoughts?
Yeah, I was just trying to find a place to watch. The whole, obviously dugout was on their feet. So, I was just, he looked good in the at-bat. He looked good, fouled some pitches off, and, I was just saying, I just want him to move it forward, just, get the ball to the outfield. And he's so good with runners in scoring position. He always has been. He's always, he's a professional hitter, and, he's smart. And, like I said, he didn't just get it to the outfield, he got it over. So it was huge and great at bat from him.
Third row on your right, Ryan.
Cal, you watched Gino, and can you describe the consistency of his personality? You played with him 2 different times now. He's grinding through the postseason, but he doesn't seem to change. I mean, have you had a teammate like that before? And can you just tell people who aren't around to see it every day what it's like?
Yeah, I mean, Gino's a true pro, and I guess what I mean by that is, he doesn't let results, dictate, who he is as a person, who he is as a teammate, and, how he goes about his business every day. So, obviously he hit a little rough patch there a couple week or two ago, but it never fazed him. He stayed with his approach and he trusted himself, and he like I said, he's awesome. He's consistent as could be, same guy every day, great teammate, and like I said, always brings the energy. So.
Second row, you're right, Daniel.
Cal, off the bat with yours, did you know it was gone? And, kind of following up on that, what have you made? What adjustments have you made to prepare for lefties coming in to face you late in games when they try to flip you around?
Yeah, I think first of all, I think when I hit the ball, I thought I got it, and then obviously realized it went so high, and I looked at the straw, I believe was in left, and I believe it was him, but he was kind of at the fence, kind of waiting up, and I was like, I wasn't sure, and then obviously got enough. So, roof open, maybe a different result, I don't know, but glad I got enough of that one. So, and then as far as dealing with that, I think before a lot of times I'd get out there and just start swinging and try to hit something hard, and I was patient, waited for my pitch there, and understand that let the game come to me. Trying to make solid contact. Don't need a home run. Don't need to try to hit a ball 500 feet. Just do something good, and adrenaline will usually take over in those moments.
Third row on your left, Mike.
Cal, you just mentioned adrenaline. You've been a part of some massive adrenaline moments here in terms of, ending the drought and the 15-inning game and all those things. Just that 8th inning, what did that feel like from your vantage point? Have you been a part of a baseball moment like that? Just how do you kind of describe the adrenaline spike in that?
Yeah, that was incredible. I mean, honestly, we the fans in the stadium they were waiting 26 innings for something like that. Obviously didn't deliver the first 2 games, but when those moments happened, they just exploded, and they've been waiting for that. So that was a huge moment, and that was probably one of the loudest moments I've ever heard here. So it was when Gino cleared that wall. It was really, really awesome. Just so fun to be a part of.
Row behind Cal, Tyler.
Cal, as you said, the last couple of games got away from you early. What in this game made you think, like, this is more Mariner baseball, this is the kind of game that we play here and that we win?
Yeah, I think we grinded through those innings, like I said, in those middle innings, obviously, and we were able to, leave the scoring at a minimum, not let them put up crooked numbers, and, like I said, kind of getting the win or taking the little small victories with them just putting up 1 run each inning. So obviously we didn't want that, but they're a tough lineup. They're really good. They swing the bat extremely well. They swing at good pitches, so they're tough. And like I said, just being able to minimize that damage and just stay in the fight in those innings and not give up that big hit was the difference maker.
End of the third row on your left.
Cal, with the way it ended like that, how meteoric it was, what's the challenge now, practically speaking, to get to Toronto and play in less than 2 days? Or what is it about your team that you think you can handle this quick turnaround?
Yeah, I mean, it's that time of year. Guys we're excited. If you can't get up for these games, then you probably shouldn't be here. So our guys are up for the challenge, and we have a tough road ahead of us. We know they're a good ball club. We just have to go in there, play our kind of game, be aggressive, do what we do, and try to stay in the moment, not for the moment. So just really enjoy it and go out there and try to take care of business.
First row on your left, Cal.
Yeah, Cal, kind of adding on that, you lose your first 2 games here. Talk about the patience and the belief you all had to get here to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, those first 2 games were not great. So those were tough ones. Couldn't get things going on either side of the ball there, and today it was just a resilient effort. It was just relying on each other. It was staying in the fight, not giving up. I think like I said, getting those double plays were huge, and keeping the crooked number off the board. So just a great effort, and not giving in. But things went wrong in the first 2 games, and then today, something bad happened. We stay in it. We don't give up. We don't stop fighting. So,
Third row on your left, Cal.
Cal, you wear 29 as a tribute to a family member. It's an important number in the Raleigh family. What does it mean to have 29 be such an important number in Seattle as well?
Yeah, I mean, I wear it for my uncle who passed away, and he means a lot to my family, and I'm glad to do it. And like I said, he was a big impact on my dad and the rest of his family as well. So it's like I said, it's kind of a cool thing that was very kind of a coincidence how it happened, but I'm very glad it did that way.
The 2 last ones, John on your right.
Hey, Cal, in retrospect, probably one of the biggest outs of the game was Vlad in the 5th there with Brash on the mound. How did you approach that really important plate appearance?
Yeah, I mean, he's unbelievable. He's one of the best hitters in the game, and he's as hot as anybody right now. So I mean, to be honest, you just got to execute, and even if you do execute, sometimes he can still get you. So he's a great hitter. And, Brash, got tipped the cap to him. He made some really good pitches to him, was able to tie him up a little bit. There was that sinker on that last pitch, but like I said, he's a very smart hitter too. I think a lot of people don't give him credit for that, but obviously he's amazing with his talent, but very smart as well.
And then with Wu, your thoughts on just kind of how his stuff looked out of the bullpen tonight? Yeah,
I thought he looked great. You got to give them credit. They hit his fastball, which is his best pitch, but those were 2 big innings. Tip the hat to Kirk and Ernie as well. Hit some pitches. The one to Ernie kind of leaked a little bit, but the Kirk one was a good pitch, and I thought he looked good. He looked sharp. I was actually kind of surprised at how sharp he was for not pitching so long. So it was like I said, I thought he executed pretty well today.
We'll finish up in the front row.
On the topic of execution, Bryce, just how he's pitched the last couple games. He started you guys off with a win. He ended your homestand here with a win. Just, it seems like that these past 2 starts, he's really expanded his arsenal more than he was able to in the regular season. Just what have you noticed from your vantage point, just how he's been able to execute these past 2 starts for him?
Yeah, I think, he's doing a great job of using all the pitches, and I think with this lineup and any team you're facing this time of year, you have to mix. You can't rely on one pitch or maybe even 2. I mean, obviously there's the outliers who have those really 2-1-2 combos, but but he's doing a great job of mixing, moving, and like I said, you got to try to stay a step ahead of these guys, and he's done a really good job of that. I thought he threw the ball really well again today, being able to mix, and like I said, he has to be able to use that full arsenal and be able to locate different areas of the zone, which I thought he did a really good job of today again.